Hello everyone, Prasad Domla here. Today I'll show you how to install and configure Oracle HTTP Server 12c. That's 12.2.1 version in both standalone and collocated mode. As you might already know, OHS 12c is a web server based on Apache version 2.2, and it comes along with Oracle developed modules as well. In collocated mode, OHS is integrated with Oracle Weblogic server and can be managed using Fusion middleware control or EM console. Standalone mode does not need any Weblogic server and can run independently. So if you want to manage OHS using EM console and take advantage of Weblogic framework, you can go with collocated mode. And if you are happy managing OHS using WLST or command line and want lesser memory footprint, then you can go with standalone mode. I'll show you how to set up both modes today. Let's start with standalone mode. I'll be using Oracle 6.7 64-bit virtual machine to install and configure OHS and make sure these OS packages are installed before starting OHS installation. I'm in my software directory here, and I have my OHS installer, that is nothing but .bin file, so you can directly execute it using / and then the bin file name. Set your inventory location here. I'll provide mine as U01 app and Aura inventory. Then you can select your operating system group. In my case it's O install because my Oracle user is in O install group, and click OK. This is OHS installation's welcome screen. You can click next here. You can skip auto updates, and you need to provide middleware home for your OHS installation. So I'll give mine as U01 app Oracle product, and then I'll call it as SOHS FMW. That is nothing but standalone OHS Fusion middleware. Click next. Here we have two options, standalone and collocated. First we'll do standalone OHS installation. So select the standalone HTTP server and click next. Make sure all the prerequisites are met here. You can uncheck the security updates. Click yes on the confirmation screen, and this is the installation summary screen. Click install. So it will take a couple of minutes to install. I'll just pause the video here and get back when the installation process is complete. My installation process is complete now. You can click next and click finish on the complete screen. Once OHS product is installed, we need to configure OHS component by running configuration script from Oracle Common. Let's navigate to Oracle Common bin, and then execute config.sh. Here we need to create a new domain for our OHS. It is not a complete WebLogic domain. This is just a domain for your OHS. So you don't have any WebLogic components in this particular domain. So you just have OHS components. So I'll just name my domain as SOHS domain. That's standalone OHS domain. And then in the templates, as you can see, we don't have any WebLogic templates. We just have Oracle HTTP server standalone template. So select that and click next. Verify your JDK path. Click next. Here you need to provide component details. So the system component name, you can provide any name for your OHS. I'll leave the default one, OHS1, and then the component type would be OHS, and you can leave other values as it is. Here you need to provide OHS component specific details. Admin host and port will be used for internal communication between node manager and OHS. It's better to leave the loopback IP, which is 127.0.0.1, and I'm leaving the port as it is, 9999. Listen address is the address on which OHS will be listening. I'll provide my FQDN here, that is web server dot local domain, and then the default listen port of OHS is 7777, and the SSL listen port is 4443. I'm leaving both as it is, and this is my server URL. So once you provide all these details, click next. Here you need to configure your node manager. So node manager is used to manage your OHS in standalone mode. So I'll go with per domain default location for my node manager, which is under my domain and then node manager, and provide your node manager credentials. I'll provide my administrator as nmadmin and then password. And you need to provide these node manager password while starting up your OHS. This is the summary screen. You can click create here. Okay, my domain is created now. Click next here and then finish. Now we need to start our node manager. So navigate to your domain home, and then bin, and execute start node manager.sh. Okay, my node manager is started on 5556. Next we need to start our OHS instance. So in 12c we don't have OPM and CTL like we had in 11g versions of OHS. So here we have something called as start component and stop component.sh. So we'll use start component.sh and then your component name, that is nothing but OHS1. This script invokes WLST to start OHS component. You'll be asked for node manager credentials, so provide your node manager password. Okay, now our OHS component is started. So you can verify OHS by checking the status of the port using netstat command. As you can see, our 7777 port is in listen status. Let's access OHS homepage now, which will be running on 7777. So my host name is web server :7777. So this is your OHS homepage. So the default location of OHS will be under your Fusion Middleware config directory. So that will be under your domain config, fmw config, and then components. So here you'll have a directory for your OHS. If you go to instances, OHS1, so this is your instance directory where you'll find your http.conf and other OHS related files. So that's how you set up OHS in standalone mode. Next, let me show you how to set up OHS in collocated mode. So the installation process will be similar to standalone setup, but there will be one additional step of creating a Weblogic domain and admin server. So let me navigate to my software directory. So as I said earlier, we need to install Oracle Weblogic server for collocated mode. And in 12c, Weblogic server is part of Fusion Middleware infrastructure installation. So let's quickly install Fusion Middleware infrastructure and create Fusion Middleware home. So in my software directory, I have infrastructure.jar file. Make sure your Java home is set and your Java executable is added in the path. And then execute java-jar and then your infrastructure.jar file. This is infrastructure installations welcome screen. Click next here, skip auto updates, and then provide your middleware home. I'll just give mine as U01 app Oracle product, and then I'll call my Fusion middleware home as COHS FMW, that is collocated OHS FMW, and click next. I'll go with Fusion middleware infrastructure installation. I don't want examples, so click next. Make sure your prerequisites are met. Uncheck security updates. Click yes on the confirmation screen. And this is your installation summary screen. You can click install here. So this will install Weblogic server along with JRF and EM templates. So in the same middleware home, we'll be installing OHS and configuring a domain along with admin server. So this process will take some time. I'll just pause the video here and I'll get back when this is complete. Infrastructure installation process complete now. Click next here and then finish. Now we'll install OHS in the same middleware home. So the installation process would be similar to what we have done during standalone setup. So I'll run my .bin file again. Click next on the welcome screen. Skip auto updates. Then here you need to provide your middleware home, that is U01 app Oracle product, and then COHS FMW. That's a new middleware home which we created during our infrastructure installation. You can click view to verify the contents of that particular middleware home. So as you can see, we have our infrastructure 12.2.1 installed in that middleware home. So click next. Here you need to select the second option, that is collocated HTTP server. Click next. And make sure all the prerequisites are met. Click next and then install. Again, I'll pause the video during the installation progress, and then I'll come back when this process is complete. My OHS installation is complete now. So click next here and then finish. Next, we need to create a Weblogic domain and configure our OHS component. So in Weblogic 12c, to create a domain, it's mandatory to have OPSS schema, that is Platform Security Services schema, in the database. But there is a little trick to create Weblogic 12c domain without a database. So let me show you how to do that. Before executing the normal configuration script, which is config.sh, we need to set qs_templates environment variable to point to the default JRF quick start template, and then execute quickstart_config.sh. So let me navigate to Oracle common bin. So that's U01 app Oracle product COHS FMW Oracle common bin. You need to set environment variable, that is qs_templates is equal to your Fusion middleware home, and then WL server common templates WLS, and then WLS _JRF.jar. So this is the default JRF quick start template. So set this environment variable and then run qs_config.sh. Okay, so you need to provide export. Okay, now execute qs_config.sh. So this quick start configuration will create a basic domain with your JRF template, and then we'll extend that particular domain to include our OHS component. So in this method you don't need a database, but in production environments it's always suggested to have a database for your OPSS schema. This is a quick start domain configuration wizard. So provide your WebLogic credentials. Next you need to provide domain location. I'll call my domain as COHS domain, that is collocated OHS domain, and then I'll leave the default listen ports as it is, and then click create. So this will create a basic WebLogic domain. My quick start domain is created now, so click next here and then finish. Now we can run config.sh as usual, /config.sh. Here we'll be selecting update an existing domain, and then select our domain, that is COHS domain, and then click next. Here select Oracle HTTP server. As you can see, Oracle Enterprise Manager and JRF Coherence Cluster Extension templates are automatically selected, and then click next. You can leave the default application location. If you want, you can customize the location here. Here you need to select system components, because OHS is a system component in 12c. So select that and click next, and then you need to add a system component. Click add, and you can provide a name for your system component. I'll just call mine as OHS1, and then the component type is OHS, and rest you can leave the default values. Here you need to provide OHS specific details again. This is similar to what we have done during standalone setup. So I'll leave the default IP address for admin host, and then port. The listen address would be web server.local domain. Then I'll change the listen port because I have my standalone OHS running on 7777. So I'll just give 7778 here, and for SSL I'll give 4444. Okay, click next. Then here you need to create a node manager, that is nothing but machine. So I'll just add a Unix machine, and I'll change the port to 5557 because I have a node manager already running on 5556. Click next. Then add your OHS component to the node manager or Unix machine. This is the configuration summary screen. Click update here. The domain is extended successfully now. Click next here and then finish. Now we can start our admin server, node manager, and OHS component. So let's start admin server first. I'll pause the video while my admin server is starting, and then I'll come back when it's completely started. My admin server is started in running mode now. So let me start my node manager. So navigate to bin directory under your domain, and then execute start node manager.sh. Okay, my node manager is started now on 5557 port. So let me access EM console and start OHS. So that will be running on 7001/EM. Log in with your WebLogic credentials. So navigate to WebLogic domain, administration, and then create or delete OHS. So as you can see, we have our OHS component here, but it's not started yet. So select the component and then click start. So as you can see, the process succeeded. Click close here. Okay, the status is running now. As you can see, we can manage and monitor different metrics on this particular EM console, like response and load, CPU and memory usage, etc. That's it. You now have Oracle HTTP server installed and configured in both standalone and collocated modes. Hope you liked the video and found it helpful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more technical videos like this one. That's it for today. Bye for now and see you in the next one.